Hey guys, so I was asked to do a video about my experiences with Asperger's in school. I decided to do it in different parts. I don't know what I'm going to call it, but if you see something along the lines of my experiences with Asperger's, dash mark friends, that's just my experiences with Asperger's and friends in school. That's what I'm referring to, most likely, unless I say otherwise in the video. But anyway. Today's topic is bullying in school. Keep in mind I was always very tall, very awkward. This is just a little disclaimer. And I was also made fun of by everybody for the longest time for being really tall, really awkward. One of the earliest incidences of bullying, besides that, was when I was a kid. My parents always chose my friends for me. I never really had a say in who my friends were, but my parents would always set up like play dates or whatever, I guess you could say, for me because I never do it myself. When I was younger and in elementary school, my friends were mostly cheerleaders, gymnasts, and dancers. I'm not trying to sound disrespectful towards dancers in any way, or gymnasts or anything. But I was very tall my whole life, so I was put into sports like basketball, baseball, that kind of thing. I was never really put into dancey type sports. And my friends, always had these little dance competitions. What had happened was that the three winners got to be judges for the next round. I always asked if I could just be a judge all the time because, well, I wasn't a very good dancer. They always said, oh, go in, and they would always record videos of me basically humiliating myself and for being very awkward. But I never realized it until a few years later. And I guess I don't really mind now. It's just because a lot of the girls who are making fun of me are basically known as the town bitches and the town sluts. I can name probably 3. Like I think 2 to 4 on my hand and that were nice to me. Kind of wanted me to just like kind of agreed with me. We're like, hey, you should be more of a judge than a dancer because we get you're a little awkward. And they didn't know I had Asperger's at the time, but they could sense something was wrong with me. I mean, I didn't even know I had Asperger's at the time. My next story deals with another friend. Oh, throughout our friendship in elementary school and junior high, she stole little things off me that I wouldn't notice. I know some of the things was money. I remember one time she also stole this really nice piece of jewelry off me. I remember what it is. I don't want to say what. She eventually gave it back. But I kind of just ignored those things, let it go, because I at least had a friend. But eventually, in about 7th grade, she lied to me and said she couldn't go to a dance because her parents grounded her for spending too much on a dress. I said, okay, alright. I called up another friend. She could go. And guess who I saw there at the dance? The mean girl who said she was grounded. Well, I can't really say mean. I think she did have her problems. But it's still no excuse to be a bully to somebody. My other experience was when I met a girl that I didn't see in years. We met, we started talking. Basically, long story short, I talked to a guy that she liked for a couple years. And the way the argument started was very, I don't even know the word to say. Like all my words are eluding me right now. But the way it started was kind of awkward. I don't even know how to say it, like the right word, but We were in class, she was yelling about how much she had to, it was just like to everybody. She was yelling about how much stuff she had to carry. And I finally said, you know what, I have to carry as much stuff as you, but I'm not sitting here complaining about how much I have to carry. And I just left it at that. I continued doing my assignment that I had to do. And she just started an argument right there and then. It was pretty bad. Then one thing led into another, and she eventually got mad about how I talked to that guy. And my final incident was with about 6 people in steel drums. I refuse to mention anybody's name in this video, for I don't feel comfortable with it as of this moment. But I do remember their names. 2 of them were guys, 4 of them were girls, and 2 of them were actually sisters. I had problems with them, and they all kind of ganged up on me, but luckily 2 of them graduated and 1 of them left. She wasn't a senior, but I know she left. And keep in mind, I go to an art school, I go to a performing arts school, so things are done differently. But that still left 3 people to bully me. They all kind of ganged up on me, and I was scared. To tell you the truth, I was scared to go to that class. Eventually in December, I got voice lessons. The first semester was almost ending, and I talked to the music director. I told her what was going on. I said, look, I started in voice lessons. There's a voice class at this time. I'm like, I'm not that good yet, but here's what's going on in steel drum. I went home, I told my parents what was going on. Yeah, and everything was sorted out. Anyway, that is my bullying story with Asperger's. If you guys want me to be a little bit more clear on them, tell me which one specifically, and I'll try to figure out a way without revealing their names to be more clear on it. And anyway, as usual, my social networks down in the little description below. I have another account on Twitter. You can follow me at Kiki Chaos X Love or Kirsten Gray 13. And on my account for Kirsten Gray 13, I follow back. But I don't follow back on Kiki Chaos X Love. That's just for my main one that I use for updates. But Kirsten Gray 13, I will try to keep in touch with you guys, and yeah. Again, that's a whole nother video in itself, and I'll explain that in another video. But yeah, follow me on my social network stuff. And another announcement. I barely use my Facebook. I will take another video to explain that. I've been meaning to do that, but I've been really busy with senior year, and yeah, I've just been really busy, so I'll try to get around to it ASAP. But I barely use my Facebook, so if you send me a message on there, I'm sorry if I don't get back to you, or write me even if you write me a wall post or something. If I don't get back to you, I'm terribly sorry. I'm not trying to be rude and say, oh, I don't like you, because I love you. I love you. You're awesome. If I could, I'd marry you. Even if you're a girl, I'd take you to California and I'd marry you. Okay? See you guys next time.